First down now, ball at the 33. The play clock down to just 2 seconds, but we get a timeout call. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. First down now, ball at the 33. A tight end in motion now. Now running for the first time with Jaylen Warren. And he gets this one down inside the 30. That's a gain of 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. That's to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And they're going to give him the 24-yard line. He stopped a step short of that first down marker.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third and 2, Rodgers. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Now a give to Warren, coming right. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Just couldn't get outside quick enough to take that D-line out of the picture. And one of those guys impressively got on the edge and caught him.
You know what's scary in this game today, Kate? When you watch the combine and you watch these 280-pound DNs that run like 4.6.
Yeah.
I am really thankful I don't play quarterback in today's game.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Hey, take 26.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. All right, here we go. Second down.
Hey, 88. 319. Jump out.
In motion, the slot man right. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Hey, you block over here. 319.
It's third and long. Here's Rodgers. Knocked away and hits the ground. Incomplete. That brings up fourth down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
43-yard attempt.
Boswell able to knock it through. And they are able to get their first 3 points of this game.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, and a little early momentum with that field goal.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st down, and they go right back to it. He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Forced out to his right. Big strike here to Moore. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. DJ for the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's Miller on the return. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. That is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30.
At their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Offense up to the line fast.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. Caught by Adam Thielen. On the move, past the 40. Hits the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers push their lead to 3.
Bears 10, Bears 7. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10. This drive is going to begin with a run by Swift. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Chuck Clark.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Toss play, Swift. On the move, past the 40. Running down the left side. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears take a 4-point lead.
14, Steelers 10. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's Miller on the return. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10.
319! Oko over here! 319!
They'll start the drive with Warren. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
And they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13.
319! Hey, 626!
Motioning the tight end now. Rodgers will look to throw. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. He's taken down after reaching the 30. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play.
26!
3rd and long for him here. It's caught. That's Thielen. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. They're going for it. It's Rodgers. He's got it to his running back. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the
Warren here from the gun. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
at the 46-yard line.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
319! Hey, 88! 88!
Rodgers from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
A gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive.
319! Get 300. Get 300. 319.
And they just get the play off. Hits his running back. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up fourth down. We're to the end of one. 14-10 our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. And the offense remains on the field as they face 4th and 1. They'll go for it. Rodgers. That one nabbed by Ward. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's good for a Steelers first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Steeler first down.
First down throw here by Rodgers. Has it at the 7. And he's going to be brought down as he sets his offense up with a 1st and goal. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
First and goal, Warren. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal.
26.
To throw is Rodgers. This one's caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Just 3 yards between them and a touchdown. It's 3rd and goal. Trying to throw this from the gun. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Boswell able to knock it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lower point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Going to run again with Swift. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That is stopped by Alex Highsmith.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
On third down, here's Swift. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it'll be first down Bears.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
They're going to run here. Kyle Monunga. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Chased out to his right. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
What is it on?
Third and long. They're going to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after a big gain, but he's not going to get to keep the yards or the first down that he picked up either. We got a flag down in the neighborhood of holding. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on third down. Here he goes, third and long. Has his man, it's the Michigan rookie. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
6 yards to the line. The offense is going to go for this. They'll throw for it. That one's nabbed by Komet. And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears grow the lead to 7. All right, so this solid first half continues for Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears grow their lead to 8.
Bears 21, Steelers 13. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it, 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He throws a bullet to the second. It's grabbed inside the 30. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end. Offense in the hurry up here.
36 yards. First down, Steelers.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Offensive line fast.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Left side, caught by Metcalf. And he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal coming up.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Again, Rodgers. Just like the last play, Metcalf has it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. All right, looks like they want another look at this one. The play going to be reviewed by our officials, making sure they got this one right. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal.
Inside. 319. Hey, 626.
Throwing again, Rodgers. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Pat Freiermuth, the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Rodgers has his guys set. Looking to tack on 2 to that touchdown.
The Steelers will line up.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out.
Bears 21, Steelers 19. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10.
Slam left. Slam left. When it's up.
Now an inside handoff to Swift. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
When it's up.
They're on the counter with Swift. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. The Bears on top here at Soldier Field. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
When it's up. Vegas, Vegas.
Third and long for him here. Connects downfield, on target to Burton. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
That's good for the Bears. First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Vegas, Vegas.
First down, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Luther Burden, the guy he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
What is it on? Okay.
Throwing again on second, Williams. He's throwing deep to the left side. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. Two great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for third down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Avoided one crisis on the dropped pick. Now they're facing another third and long.
Yes. Vegas, Vegas. Punch Spurs. Yes.
Throw here, third down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this.
What is up? Yeah.
To the air yet again, Williams. And he had it, but no, can't complete the process of the catch, and they wind up turning it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. The Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
First down. A gain of 7. First down.
Rodgers set to pass. Look at that power, deep left side. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Rodgers from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
26, 319.
Rodgers going to throw here, third down. Gets this one to Freiermuth. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
Steelers
signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Rodgers. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Going again here, it's Rodgers. That one connects. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take the lead just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers jump in front now by 5.
21. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Luther Burden now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He's back to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. So that brings up 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. A run for Warren here to start the 3rd. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. They get 37 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
First and 10 on the 28-yard line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that run good for a handful as it brings up 2nd down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
258. Inside. 258.
Now here's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11.
Hey, check 26. 319. Jump out.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So even after the near turnover, Brock, offense still getting the call here. It's 4th down.
319.
Looking to throw. And the man is there to knock it away. Great defense to not only deny that touchdown, but force this turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they do.
And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. And dose of the hurry up here. First down. Here's Swift. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Working quickly here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
First down, they're sticking with Swift. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Connecting with his back here, Swift. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
All set now. 1st and 10. Running with Swift out of the gun. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
At the Steelers' 28-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. The Steelers calling their first timeout, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Williams. Finds him over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1.
Ready to run.
Running for it, it's Swift. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First and goal, Swift. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. 7 yards that time, and now it's going to be 3rd and goal.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears grab the lead on their first series of the half. DJ Moore, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half. It's a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
That makes the score Bears 29.
Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, it's certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Looking out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Short pass brought in. This gets forward to around the 29. Ruben Hippolyte the 2nd, able to bring him down. Looking quickly here.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. To throw, Rodgers. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. Offense up to the line fast.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Kelly, don't let Kelly.
On 1st down, Warren. So call it a half dozen on that run, Brock. It's 2nd down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Edwards on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Rodgers will look to throw.
The 41-yard line.
Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Bears take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Rodgers pass.
Some First and 10 now from the 30.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Now a give to Swift. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Offense in the hurry up here.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. Brings up second down.
Williams set to pass. This is lofted deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
Out of the shotgun to give to Swift. And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Now Martinez. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears parlay the interception into points. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, first and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Setting up the screen. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
50. Hey, you block over. Screen it, jumbo.
To throw is Rodgers. It's Cup. That's Thielen. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Bears bringing out an extra DB here. 3rd down.
26.
Now Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Offense in the hurry up here.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Hey, 88, Jack 300. Jack 300. Side.
On 4th down, it's Rodgers. And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully. And now they turn it over on downs.
Incomplete.
A 50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate. And that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Unanga dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A draw now. This is Swift. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Bears football to begin the 4th as they try to hang on to the lead in a close game. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air on 3rd and long. That's more of the catch out left. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
It's now 4th down and 1.
They'll run it with Swift. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. First down.
For the Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Williams from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
He was covered by
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Second and 10 now. Williams. Thrown deep here for the end zone. And he sails that one over the end zone.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
What is up?
Third and long for him here. Has his man caught by Odunze. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Odunze touchdown. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears take a 3-possession lead.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's Miller on the return.
The Steelers take over 1st and 2. They're on 21-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Bears getting close, and they're going to take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Rodgers from the gun. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And it's a house call. Pick 6. Touchdown, Chicago. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? They even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing with...
Oh, it's a fake. There They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. Caught along the 5. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. He'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, it's a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Now here's Rodgers. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And he's tackled for a short gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. That one nabbed by Warren. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back still doing it to this day.
Warren running between the tackles. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Back north. 319. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 319.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. This is a heater going deep. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's linebackers that are the X factors. They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
Now can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down.
Hey, take 26. Hey, 88, 88, 88. 26.
Desperation time here. And he won't make the marker. They rally to him in time. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. This drive's going to begin with a run by Swift. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
We got Biggie Frosty. Biggie Frosty.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. A gain of 4 for them, and that sets up 3rd and 7.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
3rd down, they need 7.
What is up? Vegas, Vegas.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
The lead looks safe, but the pedal's staying down. They're going for this.
What is it?
Williams throwing on 4th. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Coach is challenging to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
All set to go now from the 35. Slot man motioned over. Trying an inside give to Warren. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
1st down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Green 18. Slip again.
Warren once more. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll go again with Warren. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Green 18. Inside. Green 19.
Now they're looking to throw with Rogers. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Steelers hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. 2nd and 3 now. And put one of the tight ends in motion. On 2nd down, Warren. And he's able to get this down to the 13. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Counterplay here, Warren. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
The give here on second. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, kept them in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Will this drive continue? Here comes third down.
Yeah, this. Jump out! 319!
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Throw complete to Thielen. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Gotta hurry this to the line.
A gain of 9. It's fourth down.
Hey, 88!
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
First down. Here's Swift. We're going to take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now. Offense to the line fast.
Brought down by Darius Slay. A 7-yard pickup.
Swift gets it again on second down. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. Third down coming up. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. Man, they were facing a top-5 defense this week, Bronk, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
So for my partner, Brock Huard, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners, as we say so long from Chicago.
Just across the Cumberland River from those neon lights of Broadway, we welcome you inside Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen in the booth. Riley Patterson on the field gets this thing going. Oh, and he gets it all wrong. Penalty flag's going to come in. Going to mark this one out beyond the 40-yard line.
Here we go. W Lions. Bronco 80. Ready.
They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready up.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 9.
Viking 18. Let go.
From the gun, here's Ward. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
3rd and 9.
70 Timber.
Shotgun snap for Ward. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. Down to the 10, and he will go all the way. Calvin Ridley, touchdown Titans. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Play action, it's Tua. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That is brought in. And he will score. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can. And when you connect, it is a thing of beauty. And in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Chimere Dike now to return it. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now. 19 Tigers. Mustang 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
On 1st down, Ward. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
70 race. Warriors 70.
Off play action, it's Ward. He'll find his receiver. That's DK. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Hurry, hurry!
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
18, Pioneer!
Throwing is Ward. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch.
18,
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
19 tight, 19 tight. Let go.
Throwing again is Ward. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They've got him.
Cowboy 80.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
At the Dolphins' 46-yard line.
60. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready, up.
Here's Ward. This one complete to Ridley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Buffalo 18.
Fake the handoff. Now Ward. This is caught at 2. To the goal line and in. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Tennessee. They get 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
A little bit easier following the penalty, and the kick is good.
14, Dolphins 7. Joey Slide to kick off for Tennessee.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Stinger.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. Now it's Tua. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Cody Barton.
The second down pass.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.